Hey yo, what's up, everybody? Yo, what's good? We got this thing here going. We're trying to get everything sorted out and things like that. We should have at least pretty much a duplex here. Just waiting to get my guest on to join with us here in just a bit. As you know, he has a number of things that's going to be going down. Very thankful that he'll be able to see if he could jump on with us here on the Boxing Source. Of course, we've had this person on here a few times here on the Boxing Source channel, so we wanted to definitely catch up with him, get a couple of updates, and get his take on what's been going down within the division that he's going to be campaigning in. So, just looking here, I'm going to see about forwarding the link. Should have the link, but should be ready to rock here just in just a bit. You feel me? Let me see here. I'll redo it so that he'll be able to join in. Yeah, let me see here if I got it. Yeah, so we got this thing here going. But we got a number of things here that's happening. You know what I'm saying? Big ups for everyone that's listening live, either through YouTube or through Instagram. So we got that thing going on right now. Got a lot of things playing here for the Boxing Source. At least here for the schedule. Something, of course, here for tonight. Got something tomorrow. And we got something real big here for Friday night as well. That will be the launching of the DMV Boxing Network. We're going to have a number of media outlets that are based in the DMV area that's going to be involved in this particular episode that's coming up on Friday night. As we're going to be, pretty much pushed a couple of events that are coming up here in the DMV area. So we got that. All right, so now should have my guy here checking in. Yes, he is here. He has gotten on here live, and of course, he's been a guest on for the Boxing Source here multiple times. Here, he's been doing this thing in the super bantamweight division now. Looking to be campaigning in the featherweight division with a record of 20 wins and just 2 losses, 16 wins by way of knockout. Of course, he is born in Oklahoma City and hailing from Virginia. Of course, Elijah Pierce, what's happening?
What's going on, man? What's happening? What's happening?
All
Oh,
good, man. No good. Good to see you here again. It's been a few months since we had a conversation, and you had a lot to say in that last one. Now looks like you're looking ahead to having your bout next bout of featherweight, right? And it got you currently ranked in the WBA. Now, do they have anything in the works for you to getting in pretty soon?
yeah. I mean, I heard from management I was supposed to be fighting in May, in the end of May, whatever. It'll probably be another overtime card.
Okay, cool. That's what's up. That's what's up. Let's see here. Try to look a few things here on the audio circuit because I think got a feedback. Hold on just a minute.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, let me check this here. All right, but yeah, it should be cool though. It should be cool. Now, I know we were talking about your brother been going down. What is it like back? It had to be a couple years ago. We had the little thing there with Stephen Fulton, and you was there with was it Ellie Segback when that happened, and you're basically relentless in making that fight happen. Now you seen that bout that took place February 1st in Las Vegas. You're with Fulton and Figueroa, and looked like you were saying like Figueroa was kind of compromised to a certain extent. Now, what is it in Fulton that you see that has you want to fight him as soon as possible?
You said what about him that I what? Say it again.
Like, what do you see in Stephen Fulton that makes you like that has you want to fight him as soon as possible?
Oh yeah, but like I said, just to kind of reiterate. I mean, I had been wanting to fight him before our whole little deal incident or whatever, but I wasn't at the weight yet, so I wasn't like really campaigning for it for real. But since I'm at the weight and obviously it's smoke between us, yeah, like why wouldn't I want that fight? But yeah, I mean, he's a good fighter. Like I don't never slack no fighter or take away from him. I've always thought he was good, you know what I'm saying? But it's just certain things, styles make fights, and there's certain things that fighters possess. And the thing about me, although people have yet to really have seen it because they say I haven't been tested yet or whatever. I mean, ultimately, what remains is me knocking these guys the fuck out, over and over, and despite the troubling odds that I go through, what I'm saying? Ain't like my stuff is always publicized and what I go through in a day in and day out, like my livelihood, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk
Mhm.
about all that. So, end of the day, I'm knocking these guys out with half effort. So, people will just see in due time. Once I get my chance to actually step in there with the upper echelon in my class, and then when I wipe their ass out, it just ain't nothing much to say. Like, and I've pretty much figured that now, and how the game is kind of continuing to evolve and progress, like, or whatever. Like, I just kind of see how the landscape is. So I've kind of not really. I kind of took a lot of my emotions and a lot of my affections away from that now. Cause now, like, as long as I'm winning, everybody gonna kiss my ass. So, you know what I'm saying? When you lose, that's the only time people want to speak negatively on you, or when when things don't go the way that you visualize or whatever. Like,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? That's the only time you ever see any type of dysfunction or any type of negativity. So as long as I continue to do my part, at the end of the day, I can be, and I can inside and feel confident in what I've done or whatever else. Like, it's all good. So that's just my mission for whoever the fuck get in that ring. I beat them up.
Word. Like we were talking about, 20 wins and 16 wins that were knockouts. So you pretty much been, dusting like everybody, that you stepped in the ring there with. You know what I'm saying?
Or
Quick shout out here to Sean Terrence here, shouting out the Wolf there, of course, here, Elijah Pierce, the Wolf and everything.
my guy.
And big up to light skinned Lou there on Instagram. Yeah, you said, yeah, the Wolf is in the building. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
My people.
so yeah, so they got looks like they got you at number 4 in the WBA. They're
Yeah.
at featherweight right now, right?
Mm.
So yeah, it looks like you be set up for some good matchups there at 126. So if we got this thing here for May coming up, right? How about this? What about like revisiting a fight with Suleiman Sagawa? Because we talked about the first fight a while back, and what was going down, then. So what about that to start off the featherweight division?
I mean, well, actually, me and Tim actually talked about that actually, and it's not that I'm. Why wouldn't I want that fight? I still believe I'll beat the shit out of him. Like I said, the only reason I lost the first time was because I had training for 2 weeks for that fight. Literally, I trained 2 weeks, and we fought a majority decision. Like, it's not like I couldn't have beat him. I could have definitely beat him. It was just, I was messed up, bro, bad. Was going through it real tough. Like I
Mhm.
said, going through a divorce, all that stuff. It's just, it is what it is. And he knew that. That's why he didn't want to rematch. He wouldn't rematch me unless he got like triple the money that he got the first time. And I was kind of, and which is, I can't down him for that. That's smart, but it's just because he got away with murder. But it's just like, end of the day, like, only way, he's a cool dude though, like, sensible. Like, I even talked to him, 1 on 1. I was like, look, bro, like, you ain't beat me at my best. This is the truth. I ain't got no reason to lie to you. You didn't beat me at my best. Therefore, you know what I'm saying. Now you got the W. It's stamped on your record. But end of the day, just man to man, you ain't beat me for real, for real. And it ain't respect until you beat me for real. And he was just kind of like, oh, well, yeah, I understand I didn't beat you at your best, but, you know, I'm just a fighter. I don't control anything. My managers control everything, whatever. So, which is kind of understandable seeing that he's at the country fighter. A lot of those guys, they don't really have a lot of standing when it comes to the business sense of boxing. Most of the time their careers are handled by other people. So, I was understanding to that, so it hasn't been made yet. But shit, if they if they pay us both correctly, then yeah, we can do that. I would love that. They'll go ahead and avenge a loss too at that and get paid. Yeah, yeah. See, because that's just where my head is at now. I've took all the bumps and bruises. You know what I'm saying? I didn't went through all the struggles and this shit. I've been doing this 10 years. I'm a 10-year veteran at this point. This is my 11th year as a professional. So it's like, all right, now it's like, okay, bro, like I've earned it. Like I'm top five across the board. Like I was top five at super bantamweight, and now here I
Yep.
am top five at featherweight. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even had a fight. Well, I fought at featherweight before, but you know what I'm saying? Like I haven't even had a
Mhm.
fight yet since going up, and I'm still top five. So it's like, all right, that only should only prove that I've put in the work. No matter what anybody got to say, no matter I put in the work. I beat who I was supposed to beat. You know what I'm saying? I'm on 11 fight win streak right now. Pay me. It's time. I've earned my keep. It's time for me to get paid
Yeah.
for real. That's one thing where I'm at now is just like I could give the slightest fuck who I fight. I could really not care at all.
Yeah, it's
Like
like
it's
you
gonna
said,
give me the
you in
hardest
this
fight
fight.
to the easiest fight. It's all gonna be the same to me. I just want to get paid. As long as they give me my money, it's straight.
Yeah, they got to give you your pay, give you your respect on that front. So that's pretty much the name of the game here in the pro game. We got like Jesus Sim here on the live chat for YouTube. He asked like, would you go on like show on Pro Box?
I had a couple. I had like two fights lined up on Pro Box, and then at one point they was trying to sign me, but um, you know, shit, I don't know exactly what happened. Just the way kind of stuff just ended up turning about with overtime. Like I said, overtime they had came and they came. When I fought on their show, and then they were showing me mad love, and then so it just kind of swayed me to go that way. But now, and with shit, like I love overtime. Overtime, they real cool. Like they show me a lot of love too. But like I said, it just all comes in turn. End of the day, that what I'm saying, I gotta get paid though. So
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna mention that as far as like you being one of the more prominent fighters under that platform through Overtime Boxing, and being on the zone, it kind of gives you that exposure outside of the U.S. market, and you enjoying those times there Overtime Boxing. Now, of course, you have this thing here set up potentially for another OTX event, but like you're seeing like now it's time for that next step. It's time to move forward into trying to get into position to fight for those world titles.
yeah, yeah, like just and getting them top five contemporaries too. You know what I mean? Just getting all them big fights. It's just, that's where we at. There's nowhere for me to go but there, and so that's what I'm buying for. So definitely after this fight in May, um, if for some reason I'm not fighting in a big ass fight, a top five fight, then just know it ain't me, cause and it's definitely a problem going on, cause I've already voiced it to my
Right.
to my peoples and my team pretty heftily at
Yeah.
this point. So. That's where I'm at, man. I'm ready to sink or swim with this shit, and I know I'm gonna swim. I mean, I know I'm about that shark life for sure. So you know, I'm
Yeah.
just get in there with these top dudes and let them know what's up. Let them know Elijah Pierce here to stay.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. When you talk about you being there in the WBA rankings, and their current champion is Nick Ball, and he had a recent fight there against Doheny, who got beat up by Inoue in the previous fight. Right now, a few fight fans have started to gravitate towards Nick Ball there over in the UK, and he's becoming like somewhat of a fan favorite. What are your thoughts about Nick Ball?
I mean, all the champions are good, or they wouldn't be champions. So I mean, I give them respect in regard of their level. But as far as like if you ask me how do I see myself competing in a competing stance against him, like Nick Ball, honestly, I see me whooping his ass. He's short as fuck, and then on top of that, like he don't got as much boxing skill as me, and I can punch too. So it's not like I'm just worried about his power or aggressiveness or whatever. I'm aggressive and I got power too. So me and him, I take him out in like in the later part of the fight. And I know I think he's conditioned too, but like I said once again, like it's a lot of attributes that I would still exceed him in with Nick
Mhm.
Ball. So it'd be a good fight though. He's tough. We're a good fighter, but I think I stop him late. Um, Espinoza would be a really good fight. Like I said, he's really tough. I like fighting tall fighters though. I actually love
Mm.
fighting tall fighters. I have a good little remedy for them. So it'd be a good fight. Angelo Leo would be a good fight. You know, he's just real tough. I like Angelo Leo because
Mhm.
he's tough. He'd be a good fight. And what's his name?
Well,
Um,
Mary is a tall, kind of like tall over there in the division, I think, right?
you said who?
Luis Neri.
No, hell no. Nary's small as fuck too. He like 5'4", 5'5".
Mm.
But I'll fucking bust his. I'll beat the shit out of Nary. Um, and then lastly is Fulton. And you already know how I feel about him. I definitely gotta stop him late.
Hmm. It's basically there. It's all about the styles making fights. I got two joints here. Jesus also asked, like, what about the TKO league and potentially fighting on that?
Oh yeah, I got interest in that as well. I mean, I've been um hit up about that as well, but the way that they're operating, I don't know if it coincides with what I got going on because it's
Yeah,
a lot of, like I said, just politics to this stuff, man. So
for sure.
right now, trying to figure it all out for real. For real. All I know is that my shit kind of been at a standstill for a little bit, but
Hmm.
it's all good. We're working through it, man. It's the only thing I can do is just keep my head high.
Yeah, that path of 2025 is making sure you have a couple of fights and then be in that position to fight for the world title there.
Yeah.
You got Sean asking, like, which fight do you think will be the toughest at featherweight, and what will be the easiest?
Mm, yeah, the easiest would probably be Fulton. It'd be Fulton, then Nick Ball, then Angelo Leo, and then Espinoza. I think, or maybe Espinoza and Leo swap. I don't know. It'd be them two. It would be the hardest, and then the easiest would be like I said, Fulton and Ball, which is kind of funny because I would say they're the most popular the two champs at that weight class. But yeah,
Hmm.
like Fulton, I'm fucking beat the shit out of him, and then Nick Ball, I think I'll beat the shit out of him too. But he's tough though. Like he's a relentless type of dude. But I just
Hmm. Yeah, it's more about styles with that because Nick Ball, almost to a point, reminds me of, like, how Pitbull Cruz fights.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like
All
he
that one
play a style
dimensional
and
shit like that.
yeah.
No, like I'm gonna cook you. And then what's his name too? Don Haney is bro. Like he like almost 40, bro. He washed and he's still a decent fighter and shit. But like damn, like he getting these paydays, bro.
Yeah, like back to back. Like you fight, he able to fight anyway, and then after that he gets to fight with Nick Ball. Like, come on, man, how?
Like, that shit shocked me. I was like, damn. And then he had another fight in Japan right before that, and I was like, damn, this nigga, yeah, man, he cashing out.
Yeah, look like it. Look like it. And Sean also says, like, your time will come. You'll just like Terry Brown. They got to see you eventually. Don't matter how much they try to avoid you. You feel me?
No, that's a fact, though. You know what I'm saying? Congrats to Tierra, too. You know what I'm saying? Over time, you feel me? Putting it down, respect to her. But, yeah, I mean, I ain't, it is what it is, man. I just got to be patient. And matter of fact, you know, Sean, who had just commented or whatever, like I said, he's a big fan of mine. You're a real dope supporter. He fucking be riding for me on everything. I should be seeing him on Instagram, on YouTube, Twitter, whatever. He be, you know what I'm saying? So he definitely believes in, he'll be one of those people who will be right in the end result. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like I was saying, also, following up with you that, looks like you had a recent addition to the family. So, that going on there. I think that was what, like last month or a few weeks ago.
Yeah, man. On the 26th, my son. Oh, yes, sir, man. My son Wolf Jr. Yeah, he here, man. So you already know I've been ecstatic with that, and just me and my fiance, we just been just trying to figure it out. Like you said, we got all these damn kids and shit. We got a four piece. You know what I'm saying? We got 4 kids, so we just trying to put it together and step by step.
Yep. That's what it's all about. It's all about. Now, we're going back to the thing here with the fight game. And like I said, you campaigned there at 126.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's another fighter that's of interest that made his move up to featherweight back in November, and that's Rais Salim. I saw him fight there at Norfolk, the top ranked card, and he hasn't fought since. What we got to do to make that fight happen? Also, what we got to do?
See, surprisingly, I got talked about. I mean, we were in conversation about that fight. I mean, you already know what's up with me. Like, I'm okay. I sparred him like years ago. It was like right. This sparring him is what made me actually go to 122. To be honest, because at this time, because when I was making 126 back just years back, like in 2019, 2020, whatever, or I can't remember. Whenever the fuck I was fighting, that's when whenever I had started back fighting from my first loss, whatever. I mean my second loss, and that's when I remember I was like, I was weighing in like 124, whatever. And all then I remember me and my management, it was just like, bro, you should just go to 122. And then I was just like, okay, cool. And then I ended up sparring with Rais. It's crazy because I wasn't even like training or nothing. Like I just was in Vegas and I ended up meeting with my manager and we was gonna sign. This when I first started talking to him. And then, he was just like, you want to get some work? And I was just like, sure. Spar Rais, whatever. And I was holding back a lot because obviously, like I said, I wasn't even in shape, but we did like 3 rounds. And then I remember I opened up the last round because I was just like, okay, let me see, because it's the last round, so I know I can hold out for the last round. So first two, I'm just kind of chilling, whatever, sitting back. Then the third round, I kind of stepped on the gas, and then I started seeing I could catch him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh yeah, 22, yeah, that sound like a go. So then after that, I moved to 22, and that was how that whole thing started. So little did they know, like I said, Rais was the one who kind of he the one that kind of tempted that transition.
Word. Shout out to Bronze, man. Here's to showing support for the Wolf and everything like that. I think that's one thing that fans kind of didn't know about you is that like you kind of started off a little bit above that, around that 130 to 135 range, and then got down to about 122. Shoot, like the lowest you've been at to weigh in was like what 116 against Tremaine Williams.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like I've always been a real small dude. Like don't get me wrong, people would be thinking I'm bigger just because of my stature. Because I'm like I'm 5'8", I'm 5'8", 5'8", 5'9", whatever. So like for my weight, yeah, like I'm tall for my weight, but like I'm still a small dude, like frame wise. Like I'm a slim, slender type of guy. So yeah, like they be thinking I'm bigger than what I am. I'm small. I'm small, dog. Even when I was in the amateurs and I fought at 132 in the amateurs, I was the smallest 132 in the amateurs. I was even smaller than Bruce Carrington at the time, a little by like a tiny bit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And with, like I said, beat my boy. You know, me and my boy Bruce, we went 1-1 against each other at the trials. You know, I had beat Rolly to make the trials. Um, you know,
Yep. And he got the thing there where he's gonna be in action Saturday in Las Vegas against Vivas. So he's in the mix there at featherweight too. I know you were talking about that, in our previous conversation about that. Like, once if we get everything cleared up, then in the unification, then y'all could clash. You know what I'm saying? So you got that thing going on, but it's like you were saying, you were starting off your career like above 130 and stuff like that. So you had to, like, once you did have that little thing that was right for me, then you realized you could fight at 122.
yeah. I said shit. Like I said, I could have been fighting at 118, bro, a long time ago. I just ain't know. So, like I said, I mean, people call whatever they be calling shit, whatever. You know, making names and for this and that and third, and trying to be like, trying to get favor to certain fighters or certain people or whatever. But like I said, it happened to me. All that weight bullying type of shit, that's how I got my first loss. And people even tried to talk bad about bro, like Gio Cabrera, who he fought people, and I know arguably, and it was arguably a lot closer fight than how they tried to score it, because that was a real close fight. Um,
Mm-hmm.
between Cabrera and Pitbull Cruz, whatever. But like I said, but Cabrera, that boy about to, I think he's fighting at 40 now. So it just goes to show. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, he would have been in there with Abdullah Mason, but he just got scratched from that bout
Yeah,
against Abdullah
that's
Mason.
what I'm saying. But I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
I'm just saying that to even say, like, so think about it. If he was at 40 now, I'm just not going up to 26. Like, that was years ago. 2018 was, come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, duh, like, that dude was way bigger than me, bro. That was really the only difference in that fight for real. He was just too big. But and then the second was that personal stuff, and ever since, man, I've been trying to make my way back from it. So at this
yep,
point, a lot of the top guys got about 2-3 losses. So I don't even understanding none of that shit now at all, especially because I'm winning. So it's just like, come on, bring them on. Let's, come on with it. Like, I'm trying to get my money too. I'm trying to knock one of these niggas off. Like, they,
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like you've seen, guys that have had, multiple chances out there. Like, Tevin Farmer was, able to become a world champion, after multiple losses is a, prime example there within that, divisions like 130, 126 and
Yeah.
that. So it's like a matter of having that opportunity to get in position to, get that business. What it got? Z Patino here says, what do you think about a fight with Nico Cuello or Otabek Komatov to position yourself in the eliminator?
I'll beat both of their ass too. Actually, my manager said something about fighting the Mirko dude. I said, hey, let's run it. And Otebek, let's run it. Like, he fought Ray Ford. I honestly thought he was winning that fight. Winning that fight before Ray Ford stopped him like 3 seconds
Mhm.
left, whatever. But um, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, and the thing
that.
with the Cuello joint, yeah, I was at the joint there in February where he fought Christian Olivo, and
Yeah.
Olivo was beating him. And like he got knocked down in that fight, and then all of a sudden he had the couple knockdowns in the 10th and last round, and then ultimately, got the knockout win in that. So man, like he's definitely out there phenomenal too.
I mean, a lot of these guys is tough, bro. They all hungry, just like me. You know what I'm saying? But I think the difference that sets me apart between a lot of these guys is I have the whole package. Like, I can literally do everything. Like I said, I can. It's funny because people have not even seen a glimpse of really me of my boxing ability. I don't, and then some of it, it's my fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be wanting to get motherfuckers out of there. Like, for real, I just be like, nigga, I'm gonna get your ass up out of here. So sometimes, and then there's been obviously mishaps where I haven't been able to give my best due to certain nature, weight cuts and injuries, all that type of stuff. So You know what I'm saying? Like, but besides that, like, I mean, I have boxing ability. I can box. I mean, like I said, I can box. I can bang. You know what I'm saying? Whatever is needed to get the job done, I can do. I can facilitate.
Mm-hmm.
So that ain't a problem. I just think that realistically and truthfully, dudes are scared, and not even that the fighters necessarily have to be scared themselves. The management, their managements are as well. Niggas, they know, bro. Like at this
Mm-hmm.
point, my name is known.
Yeah.
Like like just about majority of these champions, these fans, they garner over and give attention to. I talk to them, some of these guys personally in DMs and on the phone and blah blah. Like I know these people. You feel me? Like they know what's going on. It's a lot of these guys. A lot of these guys, they really don't want to see me for real. I mean, they'll talk down on me, for press purposes.
Mm-hmm.
They don't see me in no damn ring.
Yeah, that's the thing for sure, man. I'm trying to see if I could hook up this thing here with the rankings that they got going down. See if I could pull it up. What we got? Yeah, we got there. You at like number 4 in the WBA. And got
Mm-hmm.
like we were talking about with Komatov there at number 3, Cuello at number 1, and like I was mentioning that fight that he had against Olivo, that was a real close fight. That he could have lost if he didn't get that knockout. You feel me?
Oh yeah,
So
y'all, and they'll see me top 5 ranked and all the other ones too after my next fight.
hmm so that's the thing about it is getting you in that right position to figure out how to angle the have a fight where you could compete for a world title. I think Angel Leo is going to be fighting over in Japan. I think that's his next bout where he defends his title.
Yeah,
And
see, I mean, at 22, it was harder because everybody was chasing Inoue, so
mhm,
everybody was afraid of a loss because they was trying to get the Inoue fight. Everybody's trying their best to fight for an Inoue fight. So it was a
mhm,
lot different. So all that ducking shit was OD at 22, but 26, like it shouldn't be as bad because there's multiple champions. Like it's four champions. So these fights they really shouldn't be that hard to get made. To be honest, like
word. Word. Those that are like live on Instagram, if you can, get over to YouTube to watch this live on YouTube. There, we're chopping it up with the Wolf Elijah Pierce. Of course, like I said, contending in the featherweight division and making those moves in order to fight for a world title there at 126. Like I was showing here with the rankings here that you got these multiple opportunities to get in position to fight for a world title.
yeah. I mean, like I said, shit. Dude, any of these dudes, like, uh, you know, I don't know. It's become so mundane and consistent for me to say it. Cause it'd be like, bro, I done said this shit. I don't know how many times. How many times it's always been the same shit, different toilet. I'm saying
Yeah.
I knock the shit out of all these dudes. They all can catch belt to ass real quick.
Mm-hmm. Now, of course, we were talking about the joint with you being on overtime boxing. Like who would you say is like a couple of fighters that you've been on there with overtime boxing that you say is like you've been working with or you've done your thing with over the.
I mean, well, are you asking me like as far as the fighters on the overtime stable, or are you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, a lot of the fighters from overtime, like yeah, like I'm close with a lot of them. Like I'm cool with a lot of them. And definitely, champion O'Shea Jones, T.R. Brown. Shout out both of them. Malik Montgomery. He just took his first L, but
Mm-hmm.
I played a big part. I played a big part in helping Malik get with overtime, and so that's my dog. Like I said, he one of the most accomplished fighters in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from out of Georgia, so Yeah, I mean, we always been grinding together for a long time, but yeah, I mean, shit, it's a lot of guys, bro. So it's a lot of good guys. Haven Brady, another good one. What's the dude name? David Lopez. He nice. Um, some good guys. The Lugos, Lugos,
Mm-hmm.
they good. A lot of good guys on the roster.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like I was saying, you mentioned a few of them. Like you said with Malik Montgomery. I know he had to fight last weekend, but you also have Hayden Brady Jr. We talked about Tierra Brown winning the WBC title over there in Australia. You got O'Shea Jones as the world champion too, and someone that mentioned like Dante Lane. But like I said, with O'Shea Jones, and you have there with Tierra Brown winning a world title. It's 2025. It's time for you to get in that position to win a world title. So that's
Yeah,
what we're
man, it's
working
a lot of
towards.
good prospects. You know what I'm saying? Got Lane, Marquez, Gorham. You know what I'm saying? We got some nice prospects for sure. But yeah, like it's time for it's time for Big Wolf overtime though to go ahead and solidify the company and bring us a world title to the men's division. On the men's end. We got two female world champions now. Now it's time to bring one to the men's side. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No doubt,
It,
no doubt.
it will be me. It was always destined to be me.
Mhm. If we got my guy Z Pacino says, "Yeah, yes sir, go claim that shot. Bring us the great fights." You know what I'm saying?
That's
You know what
what
I'm
it's all
saying?
about. Straight up. And damn, man, I swear that'd be like some of the craziest shit to me though. Like it really do. Like just I don't know for some reason him saying that I don't know it just made me think about that. Like I really don't have a problem with ever making a great fight. Like I really don't. I will fight
Mhm.
shit if like I would fight whoever. I really would. Like I don't care, bro. So and it's like certain um it's just certain situations that I've already come across in the game that should be really lame. Like
Mhm.
I said, like when I think I reiterated this story before on here, but like I said, one of my homeboys, like what I'm saying, he got the fight over me and nigga got to make bank just because, and it's crazy because I'm better than him. It's just simple and plain. Like I was better than
Mhm.
him. He got the opportunity, and I was just like, wow, that's fucking crazy. Like
So it's like I think it was Russell Westbrook where he's like looking around and he's pointing and like what's going on here. That's basically what it was.
yeah, it just be like I mean these. They pick and choosing. They pick and choose and they cherry pick and you know they sell you a brand, they sell you an image, they sell you what they want you to eat up, and then once you eat it up, you'll rock out for however long until they want you to fall. And then when you lose, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Then now if you're not smart enough to know how to bounce back, it's over with.
Mm.
So
Mm.
now you gotta now there is a way where you can bounce back and recover, but you gotta be smart. And if you don't know how to, boy, you lost in the sauce for shit show. Now, I didn't seen it happen over and over, and it was even funny. Now I'm even now. I think the funniest person I've seen it really happen to is Devin Haney though. Like Devin Haney, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, what he's going through right now, I mean, that's absolutely wild. Especially, being in the position to, be part of that fight card that's coming up in May. But how they kind of like handle that press conference over in New York City or something like that is absolutely insane. All right, shout out to my guy Tip Bayless here in the building. He has a request here. He says, "Hey, he wants to go in for camp, man. He wants to, rock with you over in camp."
Shit. Hey man, I'm anybody who wanna rock with the pack, you know what I'm saying? I'm come through. You know what I'm saying? I don't think about me. It's just that I've gotten to a point now where like when I'm in camp, like I ain't gonna lie, like I'm a nice guy outside, like just normal day to day. I'm just a nice dude, bro. Like I'm like real nice. Like say hi to your neighbor nice. Like, oh hi. Like
Yeah.
I'm real friendly, go all that. But like now when it comes to like boxing and shit, no, I'm a straight asshole, bro. Like when I go in the gym a lot of times, like I don't even really be talking for real. Like, and if I do, I be talking shit. Like I do like, cause I don't know. It's just now I be having so much of a chip on my shoulder when it comes to boxing. I just be like trying to prove a point all the time. Like, man, y'all niggas can't
Mm.
fuck with me, bro. Like, ain't none of y'all can fuck with me. I'm the big dog wherever I go, wherever I go. You know what I'm saying? My house louder than yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm stronger than you. I'm better than you. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just kind of like a ego thing, I guess. But that's just kind of where
You
I'm
gotta
at.
have that bravado, man. Of course, being the fighter, you gotta have that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that's kind of how I be now. Like, I don't really, I don't really be caring about nothing for real. Like even when we spar now, I gotta be mindful of who I spar with now. A lot of the times I try not like if I'm gonna spar with my peoples, I only do like tech sparring with them.
Mm.
And like if I'm going spar, like for real, I try to get people I don't know. Cause then I don't feel bad when I'm beating that ass.
Yeah, it's like you definitely gotta work on everything too. So and you can't necessarily do that with some of the people within your own camp. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's just like, when you really want to take it there and really kind of want to test yourself and see where you at. You know what I'm saying? You can't always do that with the people you fuck with because, whether, it is too many different contingencies on why. It could be just a relationship. It could be just because they familiar with your skill set or, I mean, it could be all types of stuff. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
so at this point, I just don't really be trying to go too crazy with like people like my boys for real. Like dudes I'm always in the gym with, like we'll spar or whatever, but it ain't it's more like it's more technical driven than
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to about sparring somebody else. And then I'm like I might try to actually rip your head off a couple times and like, you know what I'm saying? Try to drop you, all that.
Yeah, that's the name of the game. You gotta make sure you get everything you can out there while you're preparing for your next fight. So you can't like as they say, half-ass it. You feel me? So you gotta go all in during those instances.
Yeah, especially at this point, 'cause shit, I ain't been at the ring so fucking long. I ain't been out this motherfucker like about 6 months, six and a half months. So
Hmm.
it'll be 10 come May. Well, really 11 almost. So it's like shit. That's almost a year out the
Yeah.
ring. And like I said, I'm winning, which is more crazy. That's another reason that had me real like on one too. Cause I'm like, bro, this is fucking wild. Like I'm winning. I
Hmm.
ain't lose. I guess it's like niggas usually take layouts when they lose. Like I'm
Right. Yeah. Like they want you to take a break when you lose and stuff like that. But when you keep winning, you're supposed to like have you back in the mix. You feel me?
yeah. So that's probably been the biggest struggle for me for real. Just overcoming that because I was heated. I was heated about that, but it's just the way shit go, and it's like how everything has been going. So I can't really be too mad because I'm a believer that
Yeah.
God can make mistakes, and then like just how everything coincided with my son's birth, and then just me having to acclimate and get used to everything with the dynamic with him right for right now until
Hmm.
me and my fiance get everything settled the way we
Work.
need.
Yep. Hey, it's like that saying, like, you got that itch on the scratch for, getting in the ring. Fight us fight. You feel me? So, like, not being in the ring since, August or whatnot, that's crazy. But it goes back to the thing you was talking about being at 122 when trying to get in that position to fight. And everybody, like you said, is looking to try to get that money fight or whatever it is. But anyway, so they ain't even trying to have like anything else going on.
No, ain't nobody. And whenever if they can't get in the way, then they gonna fight the lowest possible seed they can find, and you know what I'm saying, and so on and so forth. So it's just like, okay. Now me, on the other hand, my thing wasn't necessarily to keep fighting like the lower opposition. I've been calling for all these motherfuckers. I mean, calling for the top fights. But I don't know if it just be financial or what. But that's probably the only thing. Like, you know what you mean? And even with that, I'm willing to take less to dust one of these niggas off because I believe in myself that much that once I beat them, okay, now I can get what I'm deserving of. Like, even if it has to be that way. But the only thing I be saying is, okay, y'all not finna just crumb snatch me. Like, I ain't finna just goddamn just extra lowball me. Like, I'm just a value meal at McDonald's and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all ain't about to be dirty like that. But,
Yeah,
you know, as long as it makes some type of sense, you know what I'm saying? I don't care, bro.
right, for sure, for sure. Shout out to my guy, brother Just Do Boxing in the building. There, of course, got his YouTube channel and everything like that. He said, shout out to the champ, Elijah Pierce, man. You feel me? Yeah, I know. Like I said, you've been out there in the social media scene, of course, there through Instagram and stuff like that. Of course, got our guy Smoke out there and Instagram that you've been chopping it up, with there for a good little bit. But we trying to see about getting you out there so that like you can have the fans saying, "Hey, look at what this guy's been doing. He's been winning. He's had this win streak and everything like that. Get him in these fights to get against these folks." Because I know I see like stuff where you talk about, the thing with Stephen Fulton and everybody's like, oh, Stephen Fulton will do this, and Stephen Fulton will do that. But fact of
See,
the matter is, you gotta
already,
get in there and fight.
already debunked all that shit. That's the one thing about me. People gotta kind of keep in mind too is that like I may talk a lot of shit. Absolutely, yeah, I talk a lot. I talk a lot. Come shut me the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like everything I say, I back up though. Everything. That's like I said. That was the whole reason I was giving the gift to the dudes in the first place. Like, bro, I'm giving get like I gave a Happy Meal to the dude and told him I'm about to knock the happy out your ass and gave it to him and then stopped him right after that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like like I've continued to keep doing that over and over. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people understand the mentality or like what it takes to even be able to really do that. Cause that's the chance every time I step in the damn ring to embarrass myself. If you really think about it. I'm talking cash shit. I give you a gift and tell them this is what I'm gonna do to you, and I'll make it befitting to whatever the situation is. As I said, gay to do high heels, and then I'm about to beat you up.
Yeah.
About to beat the bitch
It,
at
it's like you said, hey, I'm gonna talk my shit. Come shut me up if you can.
you. Yeah, and you know what I'm saying. So I'm just saying that to say, like I said, I've always stood on it every single time. And when it comes to whether it be Fulton or any of these top guys, it ain't gonna be no different. That's just the main thing. It ain't gonna be no different. It's just it was fun with somebody like I mean, we just gotta be realistic, bro. I don't know. Like, do people really think this motherfucker gonna be able to box me for 12 rounds? Like, he really just gonna be able to outbox me for 12 rounds and I'm really not gonna be able to land on him and not drop him. Like,
Mm.
that's,
Main thing about it is like he's out there. Well, they got him like represented as like one of the top fighters in the division, but he's there like 23-1 with eight of those wins by way of knockout. You know what I mean? So
it's
that's
funny.
the thing about it. You got MMA and boxing addicts give it a shout out, man, and like Sean, you're saying like no Elijah Pierce fighters born, none.
Man. And that's like I said, that'd be funny because and it really just because I'm a real natural born entertainer for real. Like I really do this. Like when it comes to entertainment, the whole like I said, I act, sing, dance, rap, box, everything. Like I really enjoy it. I enjoy giving the fans a pleasing performance. You know what I'm saying? Like it's invigorating me. That's why I take chances. I probably take more chances than motherfucking a lot of these guys. To be honest, fight with my hands down, straight bottom side, chin out, all that. Like you know, and I
Right.
still now, like I said, there's a lot of things I could tighten up on. Absolutely, like I ain't. It's always room for growth, but in terms of just balls to the wall, just actually just grit, toughness, um, tenacity, you know what I'm saying? Just overall, you know what I'm saying? Just dog mentality in the ring. Like, and a lot of people not seeing me for real.
Where my guy Just Boxing says, hey, I ain't ever seen a Born Elijah Pierce fight. Never. Hey, now you talk about that thing about, as you mentioned there before, like, dance, sing, act, all that type of stuff, your whole part of the show, right? Okay. What would you say is the ring entrance that stands out the most to you that you did?
That I'm done. Uh, shit. I mean, I've had some dope ones thus far, but I mean, I think I always try to kind of just do different stuff up the ante a little bit every time I do it. So I would say this next one I'm about to have do in May is probably gonna be my best one so far. You know, I ain't gonna ruin it,
Right.
but yeah, that's probably my best one thus far. But you know, my last one that was probably the best one up until then. You know, had a dope artist. You know what I'm saying? Nietzsche. You know what I'm saying, from the South Side, ATL. You know him and Gunna. You know they're frequent collaborators. You know what I'm saying? So you know, matter of fact, he wrote that song with Gunna. Fuck you mean. You know what I'm saying? So that was hard. I just thought that even had that camaraderie between me and him and bro was actually a real deal fan. So me and him locked in, and you know, so it was dope for him to come out support and do that for me. And then I had my daughter with me. She walked out with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was that's what it's all about for me, family. So you already know I can't wait till my son get big enough, when he start walking, it'll be both of them, hand in hand with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like you said, it's a family affair there when it comes to the Wolf Elijah Pierce, not just, with your kids there, but also your parents being involved, with the business and everything like that. So you make sure everything is tight knit there, once you get things done.
My parents, my siblings, all that. Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah, for sure. Now, all right, let's do this then. If you had a fight in State Farm Arena, okay, world title, who would you say is the artist that you would want to walk out with?
Say that one more time. One more
All
time.
right. So since you've been having fights in Atlanta, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we have a scene in State Farm Arena,
Yeah.
and you're out there, with a headlining a big fight. What artist would you say that you would want to walk out with?
Oh yeah, it'd be Gunna. Yeah, especially we in Atlanta. Yeah, Gunna for sure.
Yeah.
Gonna go crazy. Yeah, got that. We setting that off with that one, and we definitely winning the title with that one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're talking about just on some like just artistry period, just like I had a world title of Vegas anywhere, like okay, if we talking about that, uh. Damn, that might be a little more tougher question though, cause I ain't gonna lie, I'm a different type of dude. Like I like a lot of different type of music, and I do a lot of different type of music. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, from R&B, rap, metal, all type of shit. So I'll probably I ain't gonna hold you. I'll probably do something crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Like I'll probably have like Marilyn Manson or something for like.
Ooh, that would be insane. That would be wild right there.
Yeah,
Definitely
I ain't gonna
wild.
lie, like for like a world title fight, maybe some shit like that. I'd probably do like Marilyn Manson, do like the Beautiful People or some shit like that, and just go crazy. Like yeah, like something like that. It would either be like that or Rob Zombie. It's crazy, like cause he, you know what I'm saying, like that or. Mm. Or I mean, or my favorite band. You know, I like Deftones or maybe Beftones, something like that.
Cool, cool,
You know what
cool.
I'm saying? But I think that Maryland shit, that'd be like some shock value though. Like everybody,
Yeah, that would be.
oh,
Yeah, it definitely would be that, man. Smack says, "Yeah, can the Atlanta boxing scene get back to hosting fights?" Yeah, I mean, they used to have the thing there back in the day. There with Holyfield and all that too, and then up until like recently, you had like a couple of fights that's been out there, but not necessarily to the point where they could regularly host fights out there like at least once or twice a year. That those big venues or something like that. You have the thing there with overtime circuit. But we got to get more fights out there in Atlanta, so folks get get down to the Atlanta scene. You feel me?
yeah. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. They throwing them. I mean, I know Yaya McLean. He been throwing a lot of shows lately, and then I mean, like I said, I don't know who as far as all the local promoters. I mean, I don't fight locally no more like that, so I don't know no more like that. But yeah, I do know that Yaya's been fighting a lot, and then, a lot of my homeboys been trying to get on whatever cards they can. And I'm doing my best also to help them facilitate some of their careers. And um, I'm definitely looking forward to eventually headlining a big ass stadium, State Farm Arena over here.
Yeah.
That's a dream. You know what I'm saying? Who
Yep.
wouldn't want? And like really just cementing my face here in Atlanta. Like, this is Black Hollywood. So while of course I want to be a household name here, I want to be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
They got
when people come out here and they see me, oh, that's Elijah Pierce. You know what I'm saying? I want them to dignify me with that respect.
word for sure. I mean, yeah, like you say, you have those cars that could be like in College Park or Jonesboro, something like that. But trying to get something that could be like at a State Farm Arena or like maybe the new football stadium out there, Mercedes Benz or something like that. You feel me?
And I'm not far off, man. I'm not like I'm not far off. Only thing I need is the fights to solidify it. That's it. That's that. At this point, like that's the only thing I'm missing. Like I got the knockouts, I got everything. Like I got the skill set. Only thing I'm missing is just the resume, and I just got to get a couple more of these guys on my resume. And
Yep.
but the catch 22 about that is just because these motherfuckers do not want to fight me willingly. Like I'm not an option to them. Like, and if it was really that simple, because if it was that simple, it would be that simple. Like that's how this game worked. Like for real, like it's really ain't that damn complicated. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
you fight him, you want to fight him, you want to fight him. It's like if nobody's never gonna pick my name and I'm at the top of the damn list, like that's crazy.
Yeah, they keep just moving past the name
Yeah, like they keep saying, "Oh, no, hell no. Oh, we'll fight him." If they keep doing that over and over, that gotta tell you something. Especially when you're being looked at as somebody who hasn't fought nobody. Okay, if I haven't fought nobody, there has to be a reason why. I'm just like, does that make sense, or like, am I
Yeah,
crazy?
I mean, that's the thing about it. It's like I said, you've been out there. You said, "Hey, I want these fights with these guys. I want these, fights with a Ray Salim or like a TJ Doheny or many of those other fighters that are there at 122, and it never
They
materialized.
want to risk that
So
shit.
it's like,
They already know as soon as I beat that ass, all thing y'all gonna do is call them trash. All y'all gonna do is shit on them, call them trash, and say, "Oh yeah, he wasn't that good anyways, and he wasn't this, and he wasn't that." And it's just like, bro, nobody. I mean, it's like I hate it. I hate it, but I can understand to an extent because it's like, damn, yeah, man, nobody wants something that they done work their life off. Like, and for me, I feel it. Like, I definitely can feel this shit. It's like nobody want to work all this hard for years, bro. You didn't put your blood, sweat, tears, made a little money here and there. So you ain't really gotten nothing out of it for real. And now your shit over with because you took a loss. One loss, and now everybody just you trash, and now you a fucking journeyman. Just you lost one time.
one time, writing someone off for just one loss. Hey,
Yeah,
God.
shit like that. That shit crazy.
My guy Sean says, "Never seen a fighter you face describe your power. You must hit hard no more." For real.
Hey, I ain't no steroids in these motherfuckers. This all natural over here. You know what I'm saying? Like I really crack like that For real.
Word. I got smacked like that. It's like, how do you stay focused on boxing while doing, rapping and the acting thing too?
I mean, it really ain't that complicated. Honestly, it's just I'm OCD with my time. Very OCD with my time. So when it comes to that, like I'm always gonna make sure to maneuver correctly. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna never um, let things interfere with one another. Like boxing obviously pays bills. Boxing that's the career.
Yeah.
And then everything else is just, like I do my music and all that shit because I be needing to release and get my mind together. Cause if not, I'll go fucking insane. Like literally, like I
Like, you got to do something.
crack out.
That's the thing about it. You got to do something. You feel me?
Yeah,
That's
because don't get me wrong, especially in like as beautiful as it is and it sounds, of course, having the kids and all that stuff is great as well. That's all of that. But at the same time, as a man, when you're going, and, it's hard. Like you gotta find something for you
yeah,
yourself in
yeah.
order to release it. Because if you don't, boy, you be tripping.
Going crazy out this motherfucker, boy. I'd say
Yeah, especially with with boxing of all things, because it's
Mhm.
so boxing is not something. It's not finite. It's not something that's concrete. Things change at like that. Like everything is always constantly fucking changing. There's nothing never concrete. So it's like, bro, like you can get really fucked up in boxing if you're not careful. If you just not equipped, you don't have the right support system, all that stuff.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely still possible.
yeah.
Shit. Oh, pretty
Hey,
much
Nick
what man,
Ball.
man, they
Nick,
keep
hey,
telling me the same.
Nick Ball on the real season card. Hey, there, we can have that happen. You feel me?
Yeah, I was saying that I keep hearing the same shit over and over. Focus on May. We're gonna knock whoever out in May, and then after that, we're gonna get a big fight. So I don't know against who. I don't know. I've heard the Mirko Quello name. I've heard the Otabek name. I've heard Bruce Carrington. I've heard Stephen Fulton. It don't fucking matter. It don't, because end of the day, I've already had my contingencies with every option for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Even with, especially like I said, even with Bruce, like I said, Bruce is my homeboy. Like that's actually my real partner for real. Like I talked to him, we talked on the phone about it, all that. Like if we and him get in the ring, it's all love, cool. Shit, I'm gonna try to beat his ass just like he gonna try to beat
Right.
my ass. But end of the day, we still gonna be cool. I'm cool
Yeah.
with Bruce. But like now
Yeah.
the other guys, I can give a fuck about them because I don't know them.
Right. Yeah.
Even Fulton, I ain't really know Fulton like that. We used to be cool back in the day. Like we was always cool in the amateurs, but I don't know for whatever reason, we ain't cool no more. And now it's smoke. It's smoke for me. Like I don't. He probably don't care about it. I do. Ain't nobody going. Once you disrespect me, that it's up. And we fighting, and we in the same class. Oh yeah, you gotta see me.
Yeah.
Got at this point.
Yeah, like you were saying there with Bruce Carrington, like, yeah, y'all cool and everything, but at the end of the day, it's about competitive and it's about business, man. Because I've
Yeah.
been hearing like stuff
We
about,
still can. It ain't like we still
yeah,
can. We like only one of us is gonna make money or one of us is gonna benefit. No, like we still both gonna benefit. We still both gonna eat. We still and we gonna settle our score. We both went 1-1 at the trials. We gonna see
mhm,
who come out on top in the pros, and which
yeah,
I believe it will be me. Just like I'm sure he believes it's gonna be him. And if we gonna prove it in the ring and let it be. Let that be it.
yeah. I mean, you got folks out there in the boxing game talking about, oh, we this and this, so we can never fight or whatever it is. I'm like, come on, man, it's a professional boxing game. Like you got to get in there. You could have a friendly competition, or you have competition. But at the end of the day, you're still gonna be making money. So why not do it? We've seen it happen in the past. We've seen Floyd Mayweather versus Zab Judah. We've seen, Adrian Broner versus Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? We've seen stuff like that happen. You feel me?
Oh
But
yeah.
so if they could do it, then
That type of shit. That's that phony cap type shit. Cause everybody know if Shakur, even if Shakur, Keyshawn, whatever, if that's kind of more to who you're relating to, whatever. Like even if that's in the case with them, like for enough amount of money, they'll definitely jump both their asses in there, like without a doubt.
mm-hmm.
They'll jump in there. So money talks, all the bullshit walk. You know how to go.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So that's what I had there for you there, Elijah Pierce, man. Big thanks as always to chop it up with us here at the Boston Source, man. Just let people know where they can follow you, man, because you know you got multiple accounts here on social media.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Like I said, I can catch me on IG at Elijah_Pierce. On Twitter at Wxxxlfie. You know what I'm saying? I'll be on Facebook too. But like I said, feel free. Anybody who want to chop it up with me, ask me anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Hollywood. You know, I've said that numerous times. You know what I'm saying? I'm out responding to people or engaging in conversations with people. You know what I'm saying? Who are vested in to know more about me, who I am, what I do. You know, ways they can get into the boxing game, ways they can, you know, whatever, any additional details about boxing, whatever the case may be. So, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. The hunt continues, you know, and just expect to see my face, you know, more this year. I'm doing my absolute best to try to be as active as possible, but you know, it ain't really up to me. That's the only thing about this shit that sucks. But you know, I will be in title contention very soon. You know, they can't duck me forever.
Yeah, for sure, man. So yeah, we're looking forward to seeing you in May, and then after that, you know what, I'm gonna go for Riyadh season. Yeah, we're gonna have you in the Riyadh season then after that. So that's what we're gonna work towards there, man.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, so big thanks as always there, Elijah, for chopping up here with the Boxing Source. And yeah, we'll definitely be checking for you here later on once it gets close to your fight.
All right, my brother. Till then.
All right, for sure. All
All
right,
right.
y'all. Peace out.